hindsight, who would you deem the X factor to be in this series now that the dust is finally settled and we see how it all played out? I know for me starting off, I said my X factor was Derek White
You
going into
did.
this series. But who I deem the X factor to be now is different than who I picked. But like who's that hindsight X factor for you? And who was your X factor going in? If you I don't know who you
Oh
picked.
yeah, my X factor going in was gonna be PJ Washington. He did a
Mm.
bunch of nothing. Um, and I also went with you. Well, no. PJ Washington, and I think that was it. But in hindsight, for me, was Drew Holiday. Uh, and what's funny is, bro, while I'm looking at the Celtics' success, I'm like, so they just like you just got on the podcast and said some shit for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you really looked at these two teams for real, you would have saw that all they had was Kyrie and Luca, and these niggas got Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, what's your Peyton Pritchard, Derek White. Oh shucks, they got a squad. So yeah, no hindsight for me, Drew Holiday, with the clamps and the facilitator and all of the different ways that he contributed, to the production because he kind of shined. He kind of shined in the finals.
Now I agree with you. For me as well, Drew Holiday, 1010%. Drew averaged 14 points, 7 boards, and 3 assists. I guess you could say they played small ball. Isaac was talking about it last week how Drew Holiday just being in that dunker spot has just like paid off for them. As Drew Holiday was able to be extremely active, kind of probing the baseline like a Aaron Gordon for the Denver Nuggets, if you will, right? And being able to come up with 7 boards, like that's hella activity for somebody like Jrue Holiday, who's normally out there on the perimeter trying to defend the best player, which he was doing. Him and Derek White taking turns and sometimes, trying to trap Luca and Kyrie Irving. Yeah, man. Yeah. Like I truly appreciated to be able to like see that from an X's and O's standpoint come together to be like, that's why y'all successful, right? Like it's easy to criticize them and bash them. Man, the Heat, Jimmy Butler was hurt, bro. Y'all got off easy. Man, Tyrese Halliburton was hurt. Y'all got off easy against the Pacers.
Giannis
Like,
went down.
you know what I'm saying? Like, um, dang, who is that? Who is that they played in the Eastern Conference Finals? Oh,
Who?
Cleveland. That's who
Yeah.
else. I'm not. They didn't play them in the finals, but they played them in the second round. It's easy to be like, man, Donovan Mitchell, he hurt, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like when the rubber had to meet the road, when they really had to execute, um, like they stayed true to what it is they did best, man. And you say live by the three, die by the three. Like people most of the time say they with a negative connotation, I believe. But it's just like, nah, they live by it, they flourish by it, they won a championship by like living and dying by the three. And even going back to Jrue being an X factor, man, there were just moments and points where, like, as Jrue Holiday is probing that baseline, and he'll flash to the elbow, and they'll kick it to him in the elbow, and he either has a post up or he just has so many different options to where, oh, you kick it to Jrue on the elbow, you can run off somebody's shoulder, run off a screen, and that could be an easy dunk pass, or hey, that three is open for, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I've
Either
grown
way.
a respect and appreciation for the 5-out offense in this playoff series.